Are people excited that Kendrick Lamar is doing the halftime show or nah?
Think about this for a second. Lil Wayne, headline Superbowl in New Orleans. How badly do you want to hear those words?
Just as bad as I would want to see my name at the top of that list.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video we want to talk about Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne, Super Bowl 2025 New Orleans that has gotten everybody talking. Everybody's talking about the Super Bowl coming up in New Orleans in 2025. And this started off when Kendrick Lamar hinted that he's going to be the one heading the Super Bowl. And this like the entire conversation even got a lot of celebrities involved talking about why would Kendrick Lamar be headlining Super Bowl in New Orleans. And this did not really sit well with a couple of people because there's this talk going on that Jay-Z has a serious hand in handpicking what artists headline the Super Bowl every year. So people are like, you know what, Jay-Z was behind this. Well, why would there even be a Super Bowl in New Orleans and Lil Wayne it's not even on be the major artist heading Super Bowl? Come the fact that Lil Wayne has showed interest of heading Super Bowl, and I feel like this is almost like a big dream for most artists to head Super Bowl in their city, in their state. So seeing that Super Bowl is going to be held in New Orleans, which is where Lil Wayne is from, it just makes sense. But this has really struck a whole kind of conversation that has gotten the entire internet split. Even Nicki Minaj was on Twitter calling out Jay-Z slash Beyonce, calling them out for not putting Lil Wayne as the headline, rather Kendrick Lamar. And also there's also a clip I saw of Maze and Common actually saying the same thing. So DJ Academics too. Like a lot of people are really chiming in on this. But let me know down in the comment section. Do you think that the artists that Super Bowl, NFL, and the Super Bowl halftime committee and all that, do you think they should pick an artist that is from that state to headline the Super Bowl, or it should be the artist of the year? Because that's also another conversation that has been going on, like, oh, Kendrick Lamar is the artist of 2024, so it just makes sense that he will be the one to head the next Super Bowl. But anyway guys, let's go check out people's thoughts on this, then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts. But please let me know what you think about this Kendrick Lamar heading Super Bowl 2025 in New Orleans and not Lil Wayne. What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Go down and share your thoughts. So with that all said guys, let's go check out people's thoughts on this, then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts.
Think about this for a second. Lil Wayne, headline Superbowl in New Orleans. How badly do you want to hear those words?
Just as bad as I would want to see my name at the top of that list when I was that whatever age it was, and I would bust into the office and get that Billboard magazine. This has nothing to do with, and that's so crazy, that it has nothing to do with the sport as an artist. You perform for the what?
Yeah, right. Excuse me.
You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, going to a Super Bowl before and watching the halftime show.
It's nothing like it.
And wishing, you know, like, when you see the artist, you be like, I know they could have sung the song that I was featured on. I'm featured on everybody's song.
Yeah, they could have brought me out.
You could have brought me out.
Could have brought me out.
Everybody and their mama up in arms because they felt like Lil Wayne should be performing at the 2025 New Orleans Super Bowl halftime show over Kendrick Lamar. And I'm finna break it down from a marketing perspective why Kendrick Lamar was chosen so that y'all can calm down. Okay. Number one, the NFL is a business entity, okay? They are a company. A for-profit company, meaning that the NFL makes money based on our viewership. The whole point is to bring in a star that has had the best year. Because if you bring a big name to the Super Bowl halftime performance, people are more likely to tune in and watch the game, regardless of who's playing. Because a lot of the times, your team doesn't make it to the Super Bowl, so you need a reason to continue to watch the football, because honestly, if it's not my team playing, I don't care. So the whole point of the halftime performance is to generate more viewership regardless if your team made it to the Super Bowl or not. Because let's face it, only two teams can make it, okay? And for the people that don't care about football at all, they also need a reason to watch and to tune in. Although it can be debated, Kendrick Lamar has had the biggest breakout year. people are going to think, dang, maybe we should have kicked out. Because he had little kids, grandpops, gangs coming together to sing Not Like Us. They were singing it in unison, harmony, holding hands. Everybody was singing that song. So it's a no-brainer why they would have Kendrick to perform at the halftime, because he had one of the biggest singles of 2024.
So what do you guys think about Kendrick Lamar performing at the Super Bowl? I'm from LA, so I'm like, okay, cool, that's what's up. He had a big year, Not Like Us, all that, right? But on a deeper level, I'm like, this is in New Orleans. And Wayne could have brought out Juvie. And imagine back that ass up. Boom, 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 boom. Like, imagine that. And imagine the crowd getting hyped because they're in New Orleans at the Super Bowl, and they got Wayne and Juvie and all the Cash Money, Young Money, and all the Money's performing. So I'm like, maybe Kendrick could bring Wayne out. But on another deep level, Drake was signed to Young Money. So I'm like, that can't happen. It's just disrespectful all around. Unless Kendrick raps Not Like Us, and then he starts talking about you messed with Wayne's girl while he was in jail. That was conniving. And then Wayne comes out, and then he performs whatever songs he want to perform. But then we can see why Wayne would side with Kendrick. Like, come on, just something.
After seeing this shit, Kendrick Lamar is top 2 haters and he ain't 2. Really think about everything that Kendrick Lamar has gained through beefing with Drake. #1 hit song, hella new gen fans. And I heard through the grapevine he made tens of millions of dollars through this beef. And now he's performing at the fucking Super Bowl? You can't tell me this ain't generational hating, bro. Never in my life have I seen a hating performance quite like this. The closest thing I can kind of say is like 50 Cent and Diddy, but 50 Cent ain't really profited off of Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar went from like, I ain't dropped in 2 years, I'm just at home chilling, to performing at the Super Bowl, all from hating on Drake. And I know it might be a little Kendrick fan like, oh, Kendrick could have went to the Super Bowl anyway. Let's keep it P. The only reason Kendrick Lamar is performing at the Super Bowl is because he was beefing with Drake. Let's not be delusional. Kendrick is about to perform at the biggest event of the year and call his top op a PDF file. Kendrick is the top hater, bro. I don't care. Kendrick Lamar is having a generational run. Okay? He's having a generational run. I just found out that he's performing at the Super Bowl this year, which I think he's performed at one, right? So he's already performed at one, but now he's headlining one. He's going to play Not Like Us in front of billions of people. They're going to hear this shit in Australia. Okay. Bro, they're going to hear that everywhere, bro.
I already did. I already heard it.
That nigga Drake said, big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. So Kendrick said, fuck it, I'll perform for the Super Bowl. Generational run, big dog. This is like getting Boston in spades, okay? Kendrick just keeps cutting the heart, bro. It's crazy right now, man. And I know Drake stans hate it. I know Drake fans hate it, big dog. I know they hate this shit. I know this shit hurts in the heart, bro. This shit hurts in the heart. But hey, it is what it is, man. This is definitely, Kendrick's definitely making musical history right there. Right? We're gonna remember this for the rest of our lives.
So yesterday it was announced that Kendrick Lamar is going to be headlining the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show. And nobody is angrier about this than Lil Wayne fans. And somehow this snowballed into something that got even weirder. Let's talk about it. So for context, the 2025 Super Bowl is going to be hosted in New Orleans, Louisiana. Lil Wayne, one of the greatest rappers of all time, happens to be from New Orleans, Louisiana. So people thought because Lil Wayne is from New Orleans, obviously he should be headlining the Super Bowl because it's in New Orleans. It's his city. And obviously, again, Lil Wayne is the most prolific rapper from New Orleans, and people are also throwing names of other New Orleans rappers like Master P, the whole Cash Money gang, Juvenile, and I also saw people saying Boozy, and I'm like, that's how I know y'all have lost the plot. If you think Boozy should be a part of the Super Bowl halftime show, y'all are fucking crazy. And listen, I fully understand why people are thinking this. Obviously, if the Super Bowl is being hosted in your city, you would want the biggest rapper from your city to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show, especially if there's somebody as iconic as Lil Wayne. That makes total sense. But again, I think a lot of us are forgetting that Lil Wayne in 2024 is not the Lil Wayne of 2012. he's not. And before I even say anything else, I'm gonna add 2 clips of performances Lil Wayne has done this year. One at Essence Fest and one at WrestleMania.
Thank you.
Let's go. A millionaire, I'm a young money millionaire. Tougher than Nigerian. My criteria compared to your courage isn't fair. I'm a venereal disease like a menstrual. Through the and lead on the sheet. I can tell it if I'm right.
You want to see that at the Super Bowl halftime show? Y'all think that because Lil Wayne is from New Orleans, that he should be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show for the whole thing, mind you, over Kendrick Lamar, who's had the biggest year in hip hop. And not only that, but he's an incredible performer. Just a couple months ago in June, he put on that pop-out show in LA and put on an insane, incredible performance. Riveting. But y'all want to see Lil Wayne? And also, it's not necessarily customary for the Super Bowl headliner to be from that city. Like, yeah, when it was in LA, there was Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and all that. But that's not really common because when the Super Bowl was in Atlanta, Usher didn't do the halftime show. We did the halftime show last year in Vegas. I think a lot of people are so hung up about how they feel about the situation that they're not really thinking clearly. The Super Bowl halftime show, the biggest show of the year, live on TV for like 10 minutes long. The Super Bowl halftime show? I think a lot of y'all are so hung up on the principle of the situation that you're not looking at the facts. And if we look at the facts, what we just saw, that's not looking too good. And also, Lil Wayne has not been a reliable performer. He has not been. He's been missing shows. He's been forgetting lyrics. And some people are like, oh, well, I went to his show last year. It was amazing. Yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, okay, let's say Lil Wayne has done 10 shows. Let's say he did everything perfectly at 4. He showed up late to 3. And he forgot the lyrics at the other 3. That means he is not reliable. Because to be a reliable performer, you got to be on top of your shit every single performance. Obviously, sometimes there's going to be mess ups. Something's going to happen where, it's not going to be perfect. But these are not good odds. And again, y'all are letting respect and honor and the fact that it's his city cloud your better judgment. Because deep down inside, that would not be good. It would be disastrous. You know that deep down. Lil Wayne should not be the Super Bowl halftime performer for the same reason why Allen Iverson should not be on Team USA for the men's basketball team in 2028. He's an icon. He's a legend. He's one of the greatest basketball players of this generation. But he does not have it anymore. He doesn't have the faculties for all that. And that's okay. It doesn't take away the fact that he's an icon and he's a legend, but he just does not have it anymore. He doesn't. Like, I'm sorry, but Lil Wayne is not the Lil Wayne we used to know. He only has about 9 dreads left. He doesn't remember the lyrics to his biggest songs. Come on, y'all. Be serious. Even Kanye. I love Kanye so much. I was a huge Kanye fan. I don't want to see Kanye up there, half brain dead from all the nitrous oxide, saying a bunch of crazy shit on stage. Like, it's not realistic. And I'm not even going to acknowledge all the crazy shit Nicki Minaj is saying on Twitter. She's crashing out right now and basically called Jay-Z a house N-word. It's a lot. It's a lot. And even Birdman is popping in, but I'm just like, when Cash Money did that reunion at Essence Fest, Lil Wayne didn't even join y'all for that. He performed solo. He wasn't even messing with y'all. So what are you talking about, Birdman? And Boosie, stay out of it. Stay out of it, Boosie. You need insulin. Stay out of this. Okay. But this is a hot mess. Let me know what you think down below. Again, I'm not from New Orleans, so this does not affect me that much. But regardless, I'm just like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And again, Lil Wayne is not in the shape to do this. If he was, that would be one thing if he was snubbed. But Lil Wayne is not in the shape to do that. And you know it too.
I have to know what Kendrick Lamar's problem is, because the beef started because Drake had a song that said, big as the Super Bowl. And now Kendrick said, say Drake, I'm performing at the Super Bowl. He even dissed Drake in his Super Bowl announcement. He said there's no round 2s in the Super Bowl. And he only said that because Drake was talking about we're going to win round 2. You're a sick fuck. The whole crowd's already going to sing A minor. What more do you want? Why are you doing this? Like, I think everything he does from now on might be a little dig at Drake. I'm not sure. The American flag, we know Kendrick isn't a fucking patriot. This is just to show Canadians what our flag looks like. You're not going to fool me, Kendrick. I'm genuinely afraid of Kendrick at this point because the obvious pick for the Super Bowl was Lil Wayne. He's from New Orleans. It's happening in New Orleans. But Kendrick actually said no. This is... I still hate the way that he walks and the way that he talks. You need to let me have this. I don't believe in horoscopes. I just have a crush on women that believe in horoscopes. So at this point, I actually believe that this level of pettiness can only be achieved because Kendrick Lamar is a Gemini. Because this doesn't even make sense. How did you do this? How did you will this?
After seeing Nicki Minaj's Twitter rant about how Lil Wayne is not performing at the Super Bowl, I too have the same question that Megan Thee Stallion has. Who are you beefing with? Because it's definitely not Jay-Z. No, all the things that you have said are not directed about Jay-Z. It's directed to his wife. Okay. And you know you're just not in a stable enough position to be going toe-to-toe with her fan base, with her career. You're just not going to do it. So you're going after Jay-Z under the guise of, I can't believe that my mentor is being disrespected. And if you are also someone who is agreeing with Nicki Minaj, wondering why Lil Wayne is not performing at this Super Bowl, just look at Lil Wayne's numbers this year compared to Kendrick Lamar's. It's a pretty obvious choice which one this corporation, billion-dollar corporation, was going to choose. And I just want to end on this. Let's also remember to be thankful that the NFL did not pick Taylor Swift, and that this is still going to be a conversation about which hip-hop performer should be performing at the New Orleans Super Bowl. Let's just all remember, keep perspective.
The NFL is teaching us $1 million lesson, and it's that sometimes the best business decision is not always the most obvious one. Now, a lot of people are upset because it has just been announced that Kendrick Lamar is going to be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. And as you know, Lil Wayne is a legend who is from New Orleans. He's a legend in the hip hop music world. And so a lot of people are upset, but I want to explain to you why this was actually probably the best business and marketing decision that the NFL could have made. Okay. A few things to understand when it comes to marketing, branding, and advertising, which those are all three different things, but we're not going to get into that, is that the Super Bowl is one of the largest marketing and advertising events of the year in the entire world. The NFL is a $140 billion corporation, and the Super Bowl itself brings in about $1 billion of ad revenue alone, like just in ad revenue. So this is the biggest marketing stage that these companies are going to get all year. Kendrick Lamar is very, very relevant right now, okay? You know, over the last year, all this beef with Drake and him being in these news cycles and doing the pop-out show with Apple, like, he is one of the most relevant artists this year for 2024. Now, advertisers want as much exposure as possible. They're spending millions and millions of dollars on these advertising spaces, so they want as many eyeballs as possible. Kendrick Lamar's name is going to get the news cycle, the media cycles buzzing, just like he is, like right now, literally. People are talking about this because his name is going to bring that attention. This is what the advertisers want and need. Also, we cannot ignore the fact that, again, the largest marketing platform also brings a very broad and diverse audience. Now, even though Kendrick Lamar's music does touch on some of topics that can be seen as controversial or thought-provoking, right? He still has a very large appeal to a broader and diverse audience. That's why you'll hear his music on commercials or at events or on the radio more often than you would Lil Wayne. Because you know that most of Lil Wayne's music is gonna, like, most of the lyrics are gonna have to be bleeped out when it comes on screen. That's just a fact. Now, this is no knock to Lil Wayne because I've been a huge fan my entire life. But just thinking about the commercial aspect of it and the type of people that are going to be watching the Super Bowl, it's not only going to be a certain demographic. It's going to be all demographics of all ages and all beliefs and all values. So Kendrick Lamar is going to be more appealing to that broader audience. The NFL had to consider all these different factors when trying to choose who is going to headline. And it makes sense, right? Like last year, Usher was the halftime show headline. And guess what? Usher was very relevant in the news cycle with his, residency in Las Vegas and all the times that he's been in the news. So it was the right choice, right, for that Las Vegas show. That's why Kendrick Lamar is headlining for this upcoming show, because he is relevant and has been relevant for the last year. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Did the NFL make the right choice with choosing Kendrick Lamar to headline the Super Bowl show, or should they have chosen Lil Wayne, a New Orleans legend? Let me know what you think.
I'm trying to find words to talk about the fact that Kendrick Lamar is going to be performing at the Super Bowl, but I don't have any. In fact, when I watched that video and I heard him say, hey, no round twos, I screamed. I screamed. Because this is the victory lap of legends. I fear we've never seen anything like that. We were impressed. We were like mind blown by 20,000 people, okay, in a stadium, in a room, chanting certified lover boy, certified pedophile, okay, 6 times over. We were mind blown. We couldn't believe it. And now the NFL, the Super Bowl, okay, has about 123 million viewers on average. On average. Now all those people will be pointing, laughing. Ha ha ha, oh my God, you're a loser. It's like embarrassing. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And this, oh my God, it also just makes it worse that Drake didn't shut his mouth this summer. All you have to do was be quiet. And all you did was drop. And nobody listened. Nobody cared. Okay? Superpowers were neutralized. The superpowers were neutralized. And he's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. Oh God, oh my, this is like fantastic. This is like so exciting. And I've hated Drake for a long time now. So this is like, oh my God, I feel awakened.
Listen, I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan just like the next guy. But y'all gotta really think about what y'all asking for when it comes to Wayne performing at the Super Bowl. Obviously, yes, it's in New Orleans and he's from New Orleans. He's the best rapper to ever do it. And he's the greatest rapper alive. And oh, he put on for New Orleans, XYZ. I understand. But the Super Bowl is the biggest television event of the year, every year, nationally syndicated, extremely funded by all of these major companies and corporations. And you're asking for Lil Wayne, the convicted felon, the guy who got pardoned by Donald Trump from a gun charge, the guy who every 2-3 years has seizures and overdoses off drugs, the guy who has tattoos all over his face, to perform in front of these billionaires, a bunch of white people, a bunch of people who don't even know who Lil Wayne is. And I don't care what you say. Just because we're hip-hop don't mean everybody in the world knows rappers. You know what I mean? Like, there's old people, there's people of different nationalities that come and watch the Super Bowl. They don't know who some of these people are that we hold to a high pedestal. Like, I get it. Rap is the most influential genre in the world, but it's not the most popular genre. You get what I'm saying? So everybody don't know who that is. Everybody don't know a Millie. Everybody don't know all of these songs that we think should be performed, or the person that we think should be performed just because it's in their city. They just don't know. So when Baby Wipes or Pampers or whatever sponsors the Super Bowl and they are expecting a more PC, a more family-friendly artist to get up there, they're gonna be looking like, what the heck is a Lil Wayne? And what is he rapping about? Again, I love Lil Wayne to death. I'm on y'all side. I think Lil Wayne should do the Super Bowl, but you gotta understand that it'll probably never happen.
Okay, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But please, as always, keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thought. Okay, so first off, let me know if you think that Lil Wayne should have headlined the Super Bowl for 2025. Tell me if you think like Kendrick Lamar was a good pick. Tell me if you think that it is the right thing to do for the big artists or the most influential artists of the city where the Super Bowl is heading should where the Super Bowl is being heard should head the Super Bowl halftime. Let me know your own takedown in the comment section, but be respectful, okay? So for me, there's so much. Let me know every time I hear Super Bowl and all that. That just makes me just feel like the year has come to an end. Am I the only one? Whenever I hear Super Bowl, I know I'm not in the US, but every time I hear Super Bowl, it's usually like the year is about to come to an end or the beginning of the year when the Super Bowl is being held. So it's interesting to know that we're almost rounding up 2024, guys. Anyway, so here's my own thought about this is that first off, I understand the sentiment. I understand both sides of people. People like Nicki Minaj and other artists coming to say that, oh, Lil Wayne should have been the headline of all that. But I understand, like, I get it. Sometimes you have to just give that person their flowers and all that. And Lil Wayne has put in the work. He's a legend in the hip hop industry. He's a legend in hip hop generally, the culture and everything. But some of those points that some of these creators point out make sense because whether I like it or not, Lil Wayne has not been relevant. He's a legend. Nobody should get me wrong. He's a legend. I'm a Lil Wayne girl, like you get it. He's a legend, but he has not been relevant for a long time. And Lil Wayne, I get it. If Lil Wayne had the Super Bowl, he will bring so many artists on because he did a lot of collab with so many artists. I get that. But if we go back to the last couple of years, last couple of 5, 6 years, Lil Wayne have not been really, really active. And whether I like it or not, some of this newer generation and all that are not really like around his music that much. And also, Lil Wayne is not marketable. And like they pointed out, Lil Wayne, yes, is for the culture, the real hardcore culture and all that. And I get it when they did the Super Bowl in LA, the Dr. Dre and everybody pumping and all that, doing their own thing. But whether I like it or not, Dr. Dre, even Snoop Dogg is very commercial. They are very, very commercial. Lil Wayne is very core. Yes, he serves like sometimes a little bit commercial, but really. And then secondly, Lil Wayne is not as hot as he used to be anymore. See, no shade to his work and all that, but Lil Wayne today is not the Lil Wayne we used to know 8, 10 years ago. Lil Wayne, he has gone the same way that a lot of us has gone. The way we used to be 10 years ago, we're not that person. I feel like if Super Bowl was being held like 8 years ago in New Orleans, it just makes sense that Lil Wayne will be the one to head it. But in 2024, this is an era for a new generation. I don't know whether anybody's clocking it right now. This is the era for a new generation. And I really don't see anything wrong with Kendrick doing this. I feel personally that the biggest artist of the year should be the one to head the Super Bowl. I just feel like it just makes sense. It just transits very well because you're so relevant for 2024. No sentiment at all. You're relevant. Go do your thing. I get it when Rihanna did as Rihanna just did as Rihanna won. Rihanna hasn't really dropped an album for which was a shock, which was kind of good, but I still feel like an artist that is more relevant for the year the previous year should be the one to head Super Bowl. The Rihanna one was just people just love Rihanna and it was a hit. But yeah, let me know what you think about this conversation, this video down in the comment section. I'd love to know what you think about this because this has gotten the entire internet. Nicki Minaj is going crazy online and all that. So yeah, I'd like to know your own take down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl, yeah. Okay, so go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, okay, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.